Step 1. Take a step back. It can be incredibly overwhelming when you begin to realize you have a soul mission and purpose. To begin remembering it, it's helpful to just take a step back. When you step back, you allow yourself to observe your life from a place of higher divine intelligence. When you step back into that space, you can begin to recognize that the overarching soul calling and purpose why you're here is to remember. It is to journey from perceiving yourself as completely separate from spirit, into remembering that you are interconnected with all things. If you only remembered the truth of your connection with spirit in this life, if you only remembered that you have the ability to embody a higher level of divine truth, that would be an incredibly big success in terms of accomplishing your soul's calling. Yes, there are specific things you can do while you're here. Yes, there are specific goals and types of work that you're here to fulfill. But the overarching truth, your sole purpose for being here, is to remember who you really are from the vantage point of the higher divine mind. To remember that you are a divine light being incarnate in physical form. A huge part of your sole purpose is to simply raise your vibration, embody more love, and live in love, joy, truth, and gratitude. You're able to do this by stepping back from the challenges of daily life. To observe your life from the higher vantage point of divine intelligence. When you do this, there's so much greater insight, inspiration, and ability to be filled with spirit that invites guidance, insight, and clarity about your next steps. Step 2. Follow your path of joy. The second step that you can take is to pay attention to what lights you up. Following the path of joy and bliss aligns you with the sole purpose for your life. But seeking after the life you ought to be living can be a bit overwhelming, especially if you're feeling disconnected. Start by asking yourself these questions. What lights you up? What things help you feel alive? What helps you to feel on track? What activities do you do that energize you? What recharges your spirit? What evokes a sense of joy and wonder in you? What do you lose track of time while you're doing? These things may somehow hold the key to why you're really here. If you're really disconnected from what lights you up, think back on those things you loved doing when you were a child. What did you used to do that was rewarding and joyful, but that you've stopped doing for whatever reason? During what part of your day do you feel most alive and vibrant? What things have you not been doing that you know recharges your energy? Again, these things hold the key to remembering why you're here and what your soul mission and purpose is. In most cases, there is not an incredibly direct link. But by doing more of what lights you, and doing more of the things that inspire and make your soul happy, it puts you on the path toward knowing what steps might come next in aligning with more of the soul calling and purpose for your life. For example, if what lights you up is sitting in the forest, meditating, does that mean your sole purpose is to be a forest service ranger where you have a lot of time in the forest, meditating? Probably not. Spending time in the forest may not be directly related to your purpose. But when you recognize that being in the forest lights you up and recharges you, and you begin to prioritize that in your life, you reclaim your energy and unlock the power of your intuition. Then, perhaps during a meditation amidst the trees, or when you're sitting in the park journaling, you receive inspiration for your very next step. Listening to inspiration realigns you with your highest path. Step by step. Receiving inspiration and acting in alignment with your intuition, the path of your soul purpose begins to appear. Maybe your next step doesn't make any sense to you. Like writing a poem about trees. Or perhaps it is to do something unrelated, like refinishing your bedroom dresser. By beginning to follow the path of your joy, inspiration and intuition, you're able to get on the track of remembrance for why your soul is really here. Step 3. Release what holds you back. Anytime we begin to move on this path of our true soul purpose and calling, there is this sneaky little voice of ego and resistance that arises. You may have an idea for writing a poem about trees that really is on track. Once you write that poem, the next step will grow apparent for how you can take a leap forward in understanding your purpose for being here. But when you start writing that poem, your ego chimes in loudly and says, "Who do you think you are? No one cares about what you're writing." That loud, ugly voice is perhaps your own internal voice. Or you may hear a sibling saying, "Your voice is terrible. You don't deserve that. I'm mentioning this so you know to look for it. And when it appears, you can ignore it and push through and do the thing anyway. Once you do it, on the other side of following through, something else is able to emerge and appear, releasing what's blocking you and holding you back. If you really want to uncover the truth of your soul's calling, take an inventory of the habits, patterns, and perspectives in your life and ask yourself, is this serving me in raising my vibration, in standing in truth and living a life of joy and abundance and fulfillment? If not, how can you change some of those things to do more of what lights you up? Step 4. Practice positivity and openness. Tune in with gratitude to all of the blessings that are already around you, because this changes your point of resonance and attraction. As you are open to the blessings of life already around you, you also become open to new possibilities and opportunities waiting for you to vibrationally align with them. Openness is also key because the call of destiny could literally be knocking at your door. It could come in a form that you don't expect. If you're closed, you'll say no, but when you're open to what life is presenting to you, when you surrender to divine intelligence and say yes to now opportunities in your life, so many more blessings arise. Hidden blessings, opportunities, and possibilities that you can't even see now are able to emerge as a result. Step 5. Focus on being of service. The fifth key step towards remembering your soul calling is to commit to being of service in the highest interest of all, your soul's purpose, in addition to that overarching reason of embodying more of the divine truth, is to be of service and make a difference in the world. When you commit to serving humanity, the earth and others, every possibility in life can be filtered through that lens. You begin to see opportunities all around you to serve, to help others, to make a difference, to share inspiration. A great way to begin recognizing opportunities to serve in alignment with your purpose is to ask these questions. How do I inspire other people? How am I already helping other people? What are the things I do that uplift those around me? How am I already making a difference in the world? How would I enjoy being of service? Start to take these 5 steps on a regular basis to embody the truth of your divine being. 1. Step back and observe from the vantage of higher divine mind. 2. Give yourself permission to move in the direction of what lights you up. 3. Release the fears and blockages that are weighing you down. 4. Practice optimism and openness. 5. Commit to serving others, live in a way that lights you up. Pursue the possibilities that emerge. Then you will recognize the next steps along the path. When you're committed to creating positive changes in your life, you then have the willpower to act on that inspiration, and when you act on it, the next step, the next doorway leading to new opportunities and a deeper remembrance of who you really are and why you're really here, is able to emerge. You do have a soul calling. You do have a soul mission, and you are fully capable of remembering what that is while you're here. It just takes moving through these 5 steps and staying committed to not only recognizing your unique soul work and life purpose, but also remembering who you really are. When you rediscover who you really are, why you're really here begins to naturally unfold. I hope this is helpful for you. I have a free meditation on remembering your soul purpose that will be perfect to dive into, to help you take that next step.